Hey YouTube, longtime seller here coming at you with a little topic today. And today's topic is going to be a little bit different, and I'm going to bring something, some facts up because it's something that I went through when I decided to become a full-time seller. And is when should I quit my job to become a full-time seller? And so this, I just want to give you some things to think about. And each person's case is going to be a little different, a little bit unique as far as income and sources and current job status, living expenses, all those things like that. So and now I built up my eBay store, and you can see here I'm here in one of my warehouses. I have two warehouses here, and this is all product that is listed on eBay. Everything in here. I mean, all this stuff is currently active and listed on eBay. You can see there's a lot of items here. So, but what I did is I had a full-time job and made a very, very nice living. Well, I started selling on eBay on the side and kind of got started as a hobby, just something to fill some time and clear some clutter. And I kind of got caught up in it because I enjoyed it. So I built my business up. And for 5 years, what I did for 5 years was I worked full time and then spent another 30 hours a week building up my eBay business. And I kept building it, and I wanted to retire early. That was my goal. And I wanted to be able to provide an income solely with eBay and not work 70, 80 hours a week anymore. I wanted more like about 25 or 30, which is what I do now. But the things that I had to take into account is, first of all, I needed to replace my full-time salary. My full-time salary, I was quite a bit over six figures. I mean, not seven figures, but over 100,000. My yearly annual income was well over 100,000 a year. So what I did was I figured out what it was going to cost, or how much income I needed to make from eBay to quit my full-time job. So I took not just my salary, but insurance as well, because a lot of companies, you get discounted rates for insurance, and you need to factor that in. So what I did is, I worked full-time, and I did this for 5 years while I built this store up. And when my eBay income became greater than my full-time income, I said, I'm retiring early. And it worked well for me. But that's the thing. You got to crunch these numbers, and you can't just say, hey, I'm making $500 a week, I'm going to quit my job. Well, you've got to add in all this stuff. You got to make sure that your eBay or Macari or Poshmark or Whatnot or whatever online selling platform you're on, make sure that it at least equals your full-time salary, your full-time wages. So that way you've got your rent paid, your grocery, your car payment. You've still got to buy inventory. So you've got to have all these companies. You're going to have to go get insurance. Now, you go get insurance on your own, and you try to get insurance like you had at the company you worked at, you're going to pay. It's going to cost you 4 or 5 times more than what you would pay through your company. And so those are all things to take into factor. And what I suggest that you do is work your full-time job, do your eBay or Whatnot or whatever selling platform you're doing on the side until that income comes up. And what I did also when I was building my business up is I wasn't putting the money in my pocket from my eBay sales. I lived off my salary. My eBay sales got put back in and multiplied. And this is how I got up to 12,000 items. I'm down like 9,500 now. I'm downsizing a little bit, but I had 12,000 active listings, and I owed zero on them. I have $0 invested in this inventory, because what I did is I took my profits from my sales for 5 years and bought more product. And I bought I got 2 warehouses now, so I was able to expand and get the room and the space and buy these shelves and these boxes and pay for the electric and the Wi-Fi on these 2 warehouses. And so once I was able to accomplish all that, then I said, okay, I am able to now retire early. And I did. I retired several years early because I had done for 5 years. I sacrificed for 5 years to build up this business. And I basically worked for free for 5 years. I mean, I'm not going to say 100% for free, because I did take some benefits and some perks from my business as far as things that I might want to buy. Like I bought a lot of tools and things like that, and I bought it through the business because it was things that I used at the business, but I used on my personal side also. And, there was a lot of things like that, but there was an easy 80% of my eBay sales were reinvested. Say if I had $200 worth of sales that week, I went and bought $200 worth of product. If I sold $500, I went and bought $500 worth of product. And it got to the point where I was able to buy out some stores that closing. There was a clothing store in Dallas, a boutique that closed down, and I was able to go in there and purchase. I didn't purchase everything, but boy, I picked up 3 pickup loads, and I paid. I'm gonna think it was close to $7,000 what I paid, but it was a lot of good stuff, and it was. But I built my business up so I was able to do that. And that's what I recommend to you is just crunch the numbers, do the math. How much do you need to live? Build your store up on the side until it is equal or greater. You want it greater because you're going to have your overhead. If you get bigger, you're going to have overhead such as a warehouse or a rental space or electricity, Wi-Fi, product cost, all those things like that. So you need to add all those factors in together and make sure that you're going to be able to supplement that income, because you don't want to quit your job and then find out that your online business, the numbers aren't really there because of these other expenses you weren't accounting for. So anyway, just a little tidbit here to figure out when do you want to quit your job? If you want to sell full time, when do you want to do this, and how? It's like I say, I sacrificed time for 5 years and kept putting my profits back in until I was able to build this up. So, alrighty, hey, it was just a little tip here from Longtime Seller. Hope this helps somebody. If you're going to go into be an entrepreneur and you're tired of working for the man and you want to work for yourself, then this is a way to do it. So, alrighty, hey, well, everybody have a great day and good luck out there selling.